Hey guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and today we are going to talk about our top 5 picks for the best magnetic rowers out there. Now, typically I am an air rower girl. I love the feel of a concept too. However, a lot of people don't, and they prefer the feel to a magnetic rower. Now, another thing that magnetic rowers tend to have over the basics of the concept 2 or different air rowers out there are their programming. And a lot of the rowers that we are going to talk about today have some excellent programming as well as arcade games loaded with programming in and of itself, so I'm excited to get into the details. When it comes to conditioning or any sort of cardiovascular workout, I am 10 times out of 10 always going to choose a rower. I think they are the best full body workout that you can do. I mean, not only are they going to provide you with excellent cardiovascular workout, provide you with great conditioning, but they are also actively going to be building muscle in places like your quads, your core, your lats, and so many other places. Before we get into the details of all these rowers coming your way, go ahead, subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on all things fitness. Also, if you want to purchase any of the rowers that we talk about today, go ahead and use the link below the like button to do so. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give us a small commission, and we greatly appreciate it when you use those links. Lastly, a couple of these rowers have been sent to us by the company, but that doesn't change what I'm going to say. My honest opinion will always be transparent about what we like and what we don't like, so let's talk about it. First one we're going to talk about today is the Hydro Rower. That is this one right behind me. And as you can see, I mean, it looks like a modern spaceship. I kind of imagine like those little aliens from Space Jam, the original one, obviously, like riding around this with little helmets on their head. I don't know why, but that's exactly what it reminds me of. It has these like modern, cool curves to it. As you can see, also it has a huge display screen. So it actually comes with a 22-inch touchscreen, which I think is great for a lot of people to be able to see, to be able to use. It boasts clear graphics, the colors are great, the sound quality is amazing, and I do like the programming that Hydro provides. The footprint on this thing is 86 inches long, 24 inches wide, and 47 inches high. Now, one thing I don't love about the Hydro is that they say not to store in an upright position. If you want to be able to store in an upright position, you can go ahead and buy a kit online for $80. However, I wish that it were built a little bit different, similarly to the Concept 2, to be able to be easily stored, again, in an upright position. Now, I will say that we have been able to store upright, so it technically can do that. However, the concern comes in with safety. Because it is so heavy, they don't want it to be able to be easily toppled over by a kid or something crawling underneath, knocking it over, and it crashing to the ground. Now, the Hydro is on the lighter side of gym equipment, especially when you compare to all the other heavy treadmills that we have wheeled around from warehouse to warehouse. This thing only weighs 143 pounds. It also has built-in wheels on the front, making it really easy. And unlike a lot of treadmills where the wheels are pretty small, these things are actually decently sized and were pretty easy to navigate on both turf and carpet. Now, this is not a budget-friendly rower. It costs $2,500, and remember, you're also gonna have to pay for the Hydro programming, which comes in at $38 a month. So overall, you have to consider price. It is on the more expensive option. However, if you are wanting this rower and you need financing options, go ahead and visit their website. If you are approved, you can use Klarna to finance the rower, and there's more information on their website available for you. Next is our Averon Tough Series rower. We have deemed this the best interactive magnetic rower. Now, one thing I love about this right off the bat, this is different programming than any other rower that I have seen out there. So essentially, it's all arcade style games. They come loaded with over 8 different types of competitive arcade style games. So I think that this rower is great for somebody who is, one, new to fitness. You're a beginner, you're looking for a challenge, you're looking for a fun, interactive way to get going. 2, somebody who needs a lot of external motivation and a lot of fun to enjoy fitness. I love the arcade style games available with this rower. Anytime my son comes into the warehouse, he's always wanting to try it because one time he tried it and he spent literally like 2 hours playing these games on the rower. So if you have kids and you're wanting them to get involved in fitness, I think this is a great rower option. The other thing about this is it has a 500-pound weight capacity. This is the largest weight capacity out of all the rowers here that we're going to review today, all while only weighing 125 pounds as a machine. Now, typically we see anytime there's a higher weight capacity, that means the machine is also going to weigh a little higher. However, that is not the case here. And there's one thought behind it, at least in my mind, and that is because a lot of the rower is made out of plastic parts. Now, typically, I don't love this. They're not as durable. So far, it's held up pretty well over time here at the warehouse with lots of people testing it, lots of people using it. However, it's just not as durable as steel or aluminum. So it is something to be aware of. No going in, you can't be throwing rocks at it on the daily because, it's just gonna break down. Lastly, this does come with a large 22-inch touchscreen that you're able to see all of your games, all your metrics, even watch YouTube, things like garage gym reviews. Go ahead and watch it on your rower as you are rowing. Obviously, that's the best choice. Now, if you are looking for a more budget-friendly option, go ahead and check out the ProForm 750R rower. And this rower comes in at under $1,000. Now, while this rower doesn't have a touchscreen available, you are still able to use it in conjunction with the iFit programming. So as long as you have some sort of smart device and you're willing to do a little bit of the legwork to get the iFit programming up and going, you still can use the iFit programming with a cheaper cost rower. Another cool thing about this is when you go ahead and use the iFit programming with this ProForm rower, it will allow you to use the auto adjust controls. It's going to use auto adjust resistance. So essentially your instructor is going to change your resistance and other metrics to the rower so you don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is go ahead and get rowing. However, if you don't like that option and you don't like being told what to do, this rower still comes with 24 different magnetic resistant options and some preset programs built into the rower. If you weigh more than 250 pounds, you are out of luck on this rower. I hate that fact. It's not very inclusive. However, it is a lower weight capacity. But the rower itself is pretty light at only 116 pounds, so really easy to be able to move around from room to room. Another thing with this rower that I don't love, it folds in half. So I love the fact that they have included an easier way to store it, move it out of the way, save on some space. But honestly, I prefer for the rowers to be able to be stored upright. I think it's a lot easier. With this rower particularly, as I was holding it, the seat went ahead, slammed into my fingers. You have to be aware of those sorts of things as you're folding a rower in half, and I don't love it. If you are familiar with the Sunny Health and Fitness brand, you know that they make quality treadmills, quality rowers, but they are terrible at naming their products. Honestly, I'm going to read off the script right now. This is the Sunny Health and Fitness SFRW 5801. My gosh, can we just call it the Sunny Health and Fitness Happy Rower? I don't know, like any other name is better than that. Despite the god-awful name, this is a $250 rower. I was a little skeptical at first, having it only be $250, but I was pleasantly surprised because this rower actually has some really great qualities about it. For example, it has 16 levels of magnetic resistance. Now, while that isn't the 24 levels of magnetic resistance like the Aviron Tough Rower series has, this is $250 to compare to a $1,000 rower. So overall, I think really great. Also, this machine is so easy to move around in. It only weighs 50 pounds. However, it is worth noting it is a little smaller footprint and the monorail is smaller. So if you are somebody who's taller, I'd say anybody who's over that 5'9" mark, this probably isn't going to be a great rower for you because you're not going to be able to hit that full extension and that drive because, again, of that shorter monorail. Now, another positive to this rower, it is one of the easiest assemblies that we have put together. Sam here at our warehouse, who is an expert who has put together countless of rowers, countless of treadmills, said it was one of the easiest rowers that he put together. As long as you follow the instructions, it should only take you about 30 to 40 minutes. This rower does have a high weight capacity at 285 pounds, especially when you consider the price of the rower and the fact that the rower only weighs 50 pounds. Overall, if you are looking for a rower to just hop on and go, you need a budget-friendly cost. If you are under 5'9", I think this is a quality rower. Last is the NordicTrack RW900, and we have given the best magnetic rowing machine for cross-training options. It is so important to add some cross-training into your routine so that you don't worry about any sort of mental burnout or any sort of injury. Go ahead, add in those cross-training movements. I think that the NordicTrack RW900 does exactly that. And for this reason and this reason alone, a lot of these rowers do come with programming that you can use on your iPhone or whatever else. However, they don't have a swivel screen. The NordicTrack RW900 does have a swivel screen, which I love. So you can go ahead, hop off the rower as you've done your conditioning piece, and then if you want to take a yoga class, a Pilates class, the screen is able to be swiveled around to 90 degrees and you can take it off the rower, which I find really convenient. This screen is a large 22-inch touchscreen. I was easily able to see the graphics, the sound was clear and quality. It also comes with 26 levels of magnetic resistance, really pushing the pace, really giving you all the intensity that your heart desires. Now, one thing that I want to note about this machine, now all magnetic rowers are essentially quiet. They are so much more quiet than an air rower. However, this machine particularly was incredibly quiet. So if you are somebody with family and you want to get up early in the morning, hit that rower, I think you can totally do that without fear of waking anybody in your household up. Now, this is a little heavier in terms of the rower size, or in terms of the rower weight that we have seen today, coming in at 163 pounds, but overall still pretty easy to move around. I was surprised by the lower weight capacity at only 250 pounds. Doesn't necessarily meet industry standard. I wish it had hit that 300-pound mark, so that is something to call out and just be aware of. For a rower to cost around $1,800, I think it has a lot going for it, and then also some misses. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this rower, but we would love to know, out of all of the magnetic rowers that we have talked about today, what one would be your favorite? I think for me, I gotta go with this slick bad boy behind me, the Hydro rower. I mean, I love the programming, I love the way it looks. Overall, solid rower. But we would love to know in the comments which one you would choose for yourself. Let us know. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and we'll see you back here next time. Peace.